Are you holding back when it comes to trusting God? Are you really trusting Him and completely submitting to Him? It's hard to surrender your dreams and goals to God and let Him completely lead. It is, however, freeing to totally submit and relinquish all decision making to Him. Today, join me as I talk about totally submitting to God's plan for your life and career. Are you in a new season of your life? Are you stuck and searching for clarity so you can make a career change? Do you just need the courage to switch careers? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your career? Welcome to Choose Your Next Yes. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a career transition coach, mom of grown-ups, coffee lover, and God girl. I've had a lot of big life changes, and I haven't always been clear about God's plan for me. This led to stress and anxiety and a lack of clarity and courage to make a career move. I finally started listening to God's voice to find clarity and peace and stopped being scared to make a move and achieve my career transition goals. Now, my mission is to help you learn to listen to God's voice and know when to say yes to the career you've always wanted and no to everything else. Let me show you how to clarify your purpose and find courage to pursue your personal and professional goals in your midlife and beyond. Throw down your self-doubt, dust off your dreams, Kindred. It's time to reset and refine and reclaim the woman you once aspired to be. Good morning, everyone. I did not get an episode out yesterday. It has been a very fast and furious few weeks of state testing, and I just did not have the capacity to get something new out and get it to you yesterday. I feel terrible about that. So I am getting this out to you today to make up for it. And I hope that's okay. And I hope you don't get upset because I didn't get something out yesterday. And maybe the anticipation of waiting for something new will outweigh the disappointment of me not getting something out on time. And of course, the enemy is trying to get in there and mess things up this morning because I have junk in my throat and my head. It is definitely, we like to call it green season here in Missouri. Everything is green because of the pollen. My car is green. All of the furniture outside and any surface that could possibly be touched is green. And along with all of that green comes a little bit of headache, a little bit of yucky throat, a little bit of just crud. So hopefully I can make it through. Total Eclipse of the Heart is a song that I absolutely love. It is by Bonnie Tyler. It's a very old song, but it is still, when it comes on the radio, you cannot help but turn it up and sing along. Most of the time, I don't know all the words, but that's okay. It's a love song about the feelings or the mixed feelings of the singer towards someone else, and that someone else is not returning those feelings. And I think sometimes God feels that way about us. He has certain feelings or certain things that He feels for us, and that we don't always return the feeling that He has for us, especially when it comes to our career or what we are supposed to be doing in our life. There were a couple of verses in there as I was reading through the lyrics. You know, it's one of those things where you sing the song and sometimes you just don't even know what the verses are saying and you just kind of make things up as you go along. So I really wanted to listen to the verses. And so I looked them up, and one verse says, "Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by." Does that not fit us to a T, ladies? Right now in this midlife season, we miss things. There are things about our life that we miss. I miss being able to have energy every single day. I miss my makeup going on smoothly, and I miss the days of not even having to wear makeup because my skin was good. I miss the days of my hair being nice and full and not dry and falling out. There are so many things that we miss when we get to midlife, and we feel like there's nothing good left to come. And sometimes we just give up and we just relinquish ourselves to thinking, okay, so this is it. Everything good is gone. I'm just going to have to deal with the next 40 or 50 years of being whatever this is. And that's just simply not true. But sometimes we try to push what we want because we feel like that time is running out, and we try to make things happen that we want because we have this longing for something in our life. And one of the other verses says, every now and then I get a little bit restless and I dream of something wild. Ladies, God wants you to dream. But along with that dreaming, he wants you to submit your dreams to him. He wants to be in control of what you dream. And I recently have had a total eclipse of my heart. I wanted certain things to happen and I justified them. I wanted to work from home so I could be more flexible for my boyfriend. I just had this vision. I'll be able to go with him when he goes back and forth to Miami. I will be able to help him grow his business. I will be able to do this. I will be able to do that. And so I was doing a few things to try different things on for size, which I've told you ladies to do that. Try on some things for size and see what fits. Volunteer. Do some things that you never thought you could do, but you always had this longing. And when you do that, you can see if whatever it is that you're really wanting to do is a good fit for you. And sometimes God will change your direction midstream, or so it seems. It's not really that he changes midstream, but it feels that way because you maybe weren't completely submitting yourself to him. And so you had this desire, and then all of a sudden something changes and you either no longer have that desire, or things were working out so it seemed, and then all of a sudden things were not. And sometimes I think that God gives us those chances to try on something new and see if it's a good fit, just so we can really determine whether those are the things that we want to do, or if what it was we really wanted to do in the first place, we were already doing. And he recently gave me a total eclipse of my heart, and he made me realize where I thought I wanted to go might not really be where I wanted to go. And where I was going a while back is actually the direction that I wanted to go in all along. So God's given me 3 ways to completely submit to his will. Number 1, submit your heart. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. If you commit to him and you truly commit to doing what his will is for you, he will lead you and direct you where you want to go, or he wants you to go, which will ultimately be where you wanted to go anyway. Just let him lead and you just follow. People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives. My motives were not necessarily pure, and they weren't, and I don't mean that they were bad motives. They were good motives. I wanted to help my boyfriend, be flexible for him, help him grow his business, but they weren't what God wanted me to do. So my motivation wasn't based on God's will for me. Number 2, submit your desires. Of course, Psalm 37:4 says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And as I have said many, many times, this is not you having this desire and God just giving you whatever you want. That's not it at all. It is more about you submitting to him, and then his desire for you becomes your desire. And you no longer have your own desires. They are the desires that God truly had for you in the first place. If you truly have an intimate relationship, you will truly be aligned with him in those desires. And if you truly submit to him, he will grant your heart's desires and fulfill all of those plans that you have, which are the plans that he has for you in the first place. And you will relish in that, and you will grow, and you will be successful in whatever those plans are. And number 3, submit your mind. Sometimes I work myself into anxiety about the things that I want to happen, and I want it so badly that I give myself anxiety thinking about it or how things should go, instead of just letting things go the way that they're supposed to If I want something really bad, I think about that. And then I stress myself out thinking it's not going exactly the way I planned. And it's a very rare occasion that God lets things go the way that we plan them. Many times, almost always, they do not go even close to the way we have planned them. But that's not a detrimental thing. It's almost always, because God always works everything out for our good. So even if something doesn't go the way we want it to, it's going to be for our good because he sees the bigger picture and we only see a snapshot. So he has access to the entire photo album. We get to see one or two pictures at a time. And so we have to trust him. And I am a very strong-willed person, and I usually want to be the leader, and I want people to do things the way I want them to, including God. And I get frustrated at people, well, even some that I work with, because they're just not doing what I think they should be doing. And I'm like, if you would just listen and do it my way, it would go so much easier. But that's not a good way for me to think. And people learn and they need to learn and grow. And maybe I do have a different view of how things should go or what they should do, but that may not be, even my own version may not be the best version. My boyfriend was trying to put a faucet on the sink the other day, and he'd never done it before, and he was doing a great job. But he wasn't doing it the way I wanted him to or the way I thought he should do things. And I was getting frustrated at him, but he was doing it and it was working just fine. It just wasn't my way. And in the end, the water was fixed. The faucet was on. It was brand new. He did it. We worked together and we had fun. We enjoyed it. And I've just got to learn to let go of my control freakness because sometimes I can be a big control freak. I can't always do that. And God's not going to let me do that. And I can try, but he's going to squelch that anyway. So I might as well just let it go and let him do what he needs to do. And it's going to be the best thing for me in the end. So again, let's recap. Submit your heart to God. Submit your desires to God, submit your mind to God. And if you completely submit to him, then he will guide you where you need to go. I thought recently that he was leading me in one direction, but I think what he did was give me time to try on these new things and realize that they just don't fit the way I thought they were going to fit. Now, if he says, okay, I really want you to go in this direction, then that's where I'm going to go. But things have changed quickly. When God moves, he moves quickly and he changes your mindset sometimes dramatically. And then you're like, wow, what in the world has happened? It's almost like a slap in the face, not in a bad way, but it's to wake you up and say, hey, you were not listening. I gave you this opportunity. Are you listening now? Can you see that my way is better? And it's so much easier if you just give him the reins, let him do the work, and you just go along for the ride. Now, that doesn't mean sit and be complacent and not do anything. When he presents an opportunity, you have to take the steps to make that opportunity happen. He presented an opportunity to me recently that I was completely shocked that I was presented with, because the way it came about, it just doesn't happen that way in my location. And I knew immediately I need to do what he is telling me to do. It was a job opportunity, and you don't get invited to apply for job opportunities in St. Louis like that. And I got an email to apply, an invitation to apply. And so I knew I better apply immediately. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll apply to a couple of other places. It's this big circle of life here, and I have no desire to apply to any other places. I feel like this is the one thing that God is telling me to do. We will see. I don't know. Maybe he's just changing my mindset, and this was the way to do it. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever he tells me to do, I will do. And I am completely submitted to him now. even though I thought I was before. Now, God is completely my CEO, and he is telling me what to do. I thought I had been in complete submission to him. I realized I really had not. And my mindset has changed dramatically in the last 2 weeks. So I'm just saying, give him the reins, ladies. Let him lead you where he wants you to go. Have fun along the way. Learn what you can. Take every nugget of information and knowledge that he gives you so you can apply it in whatever it is he leads you to do. I hope you have an amazing Saturday. Sorry I did not get this out yesterday, but I hope it was worth the wait. He was formulating what I needed to say, and so that's okay. That's also him leading, guiding, and directing me in getting my message out there. So again, have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you on Monday.